Congratulations on having reached the final floor of Raven High. This is probably your final day on this building, or the last day before the final day. Nonetheless, it is time you discovered your origin. I'm sure by now the effects of the amnesic adhesive that I vaporized in the air would have worn out. Yet because of the certain subliminal hypnotism that I induced through different mechanisms and objects in the building, you will not remember what exactly happened during the 10 days duration of your stay here before the 9 days began. Yes, you heard it right. You existed here even before you woke up without your memories. On June 2043, it was mentioned that the Russians will bomb us. To save myself, I obviously had planned on sheltering myself inside the school for as long as I can. When I went out to gather all the resources that I can for a very long stay in this emergency shelter, an alert was issued. A presidential order came in telling everyone to take shelter because the Soviets were going to bomb us. As I hurried to reach to the school, all of you, some 60-70 of people laid there before me. I obviously protested, but none of you seemed to listen. I had no choice but to let you freeloaders in, and that was my biggest mistake. For 10 days, you plundered, raped, murdered, and committed all these heinous crimes, memed each other, showing me the worst of humanity in all of my lifetime. I didn't know how I could stop you. The world had told me that I was a monster, but looking at you, I realized I was human. I had to find a way to change this. It was then that I decided to use the amnesic adhesive which I had invented. At first it was just a simple thought, a simple curiosity, a thought bubble. How would all these people act if they forgot that they were taking shelter from bombardments in a world that was torn from war? And in my curiosity, I ended up conducting this experiment, and hence came the project Ark of Noah. Through 10 days of preparation, after the bombardments began and you all freeloaded on my property, I made a masterpiece of a labyrinth. The building has been trapped, layered, and wired from riddles, poems, clues, hints, and traps, and everything that you can imagine in a perfect puzzle. All of this so you can perhaps regain a bit of emotive rationality, something that would teach you the ways of humanity and stop you from going on murdering and raping every other survivor you meet. All of these were planted very carefully, so you may understand what it means to survive in this world. What it means to survive in this world is very simple. To survive, you need each other. I suppose by the time you are hearing this, another 9 days have passed. I end this recording today, on the 10th day of having closed down all the doors. Starting tomorrow, you will remember nothing. None of you should know how you came here, and many of you might even face permanent memory loss. Many of you might even feel like your head is messed up with. But I think all of this is justified, given the crimes that you have committed while you were here. The 70 of you now reduced to a pile of some 30. But I wish you all the best in the world, and may God be with you. For when this ends, you will find that to die without having lived is a curse. The true way to die is only when you truly live. Because when you find a reason to live, you also find a reason to die. Amen.